When most people think of Japan, they imagine Tokyo, a city of neon lights, crowded trains, endless convenience stores, and some of the most advanced technology on Earth. Millions of people move through its streets every day. Construction cranes fill the skyline. New buildings rise constantly. Everything seems to move forward. But hundreds of kilometers away from Tokyo, a very different Japan exists. A quieter Japan. A slower Japan. A Japan that is slowly disappearing. Across the country, thousands of villages are shrinking. Schools are closing. Homes stand empty. Businesses shut their doors. Entire communities that once thrived for generations now struggle to survive. In some places, the silence has become impossible to ignore. Japan is one of the most urbanized countries in the world. Most people live in cities. Tokyo alone is home to tens of millions of residents when the wider metropolitan area is included. Meanwhile, many rural regions continue losing population year after year. Young people leave. Jobs disappear. Birth rates remain low. And the average age of residents continues rising. The result is a phenomenon that has become one of modern Japan's biggest challenges: depopulation. The story often begins the same way. A young person graduates from high school. The nearest university is in a larger city. Opportunities seem greater elsewhere. They leave. Many never return. The village loses another resident. Over time, hundreds of similar decisions reshape entire communities. The effects become visible everywhere. Schools that once echoed with children's voices now stand empty. Sports fields become overgrown. Local shops close because there are not enough customers. Bus routes are reduced. Medical services become harder to maintain. For elderly residents, daily life can become increasingly difficult. Yet despite these challenges, many people remain deeply attached to these places. Because these villages are not simply locations on a map, they are home. For generations, families have lived in these communities. They have farmed the same fields, celebrated the same festivals, visited the same shrines, buried their ancestors in the same cemeteries. Leaving is not always an easy decision. The landscapes themselves are breathtaking. Many rural communities sit beneath forest-covered mountains. Rivers flow through narrow valleys. Rice fields stretch across the countryside. Traditional wooden homes stand beside winding roads. The scenery often looks like something from another era. In spring, cherry blossoms cover hillsides with delicate shades of pink. Summer brings deep green forests and vibrant festivals. Autumn transforms entire mountains into brilliant shades of red, orange, and gold. Winter covers villages beneath layers of snow. Nature dominates daily life. The changing seasons remain central to local identity. Many visitors are surprised by how peaceful these places feel. There is less noise, less traffic, less pressure. Life moves according to a different rhythm. People know their neighbors. Conversations last longer. The pace feels more human. Yet beneath this beauty lies uncertainty. Some villages have lost half their population within a single generation. Others face even steeper declines. Local leaders worry about the future. Will there be enough children to keep the school open? Will there be enough customers to support local businesses? Who will maintain community traditions? These questions have no easy answers. And nowhere is this reality more visible than in the homes left behind. Across rural Japan, abandoned houses have become increasingly common. Known as akiya, these empty homes represent one of the country's most unusual modern challenges. Some sit untouched for years. Others slowly deteriorate as nature reclaims them. Entire streets can contain multiple vacant properties. For outsiders, it can feel strange. In many countries, housing is scarce and expensive. Yet here, perfectly usable homes sometimes sit empty because nobody wants to live in them. Some local governments have even begun offering homes at extremely low prices. Others provide financial incentives for people willing to relocate. The goal is simple: bring life back to these communities. But reversing decades of population decline is not easy. The forces pulling people towards cities remain powerful: jobs, universities, healthcare, entertainment, convenience. Cities offer opportunities that many rural areas struggle to match. And so the story continues. A quiet battle between growth and decline, between tradition and change, between the Japan that is expanding and the Japan that is slowly fading away. Yet despite everything, many villages refuse to disappear without a fight. And it is the people who remain who tell the most remarkable story of all. For every person who leaves rural Japan, there is someone who stays. And it is these people who keep thousands of villages alive. In many communities, the average age is now well above the national average. Some villages have more residents over 70 than under 30. Walk through certain towns on a weekday afternoon, and you may notice something unusual. The streets are quiet. Very quiet. You see elderly residents tending gardens, farmers working small plots of land, shopkeepers serving a handful of customers, but very few young families, very few children. For those who remain, daily life requires resilience. The nearest hospital may be an hour away. Public transportation may operate only a few times each day. The local supermarket may have closed years ago. Simple tasks often require careful planning. Yet many residents have no desire to leave. These villages contain their memories, their friendships, their families, their identities. Many have spent their entire lives in the same community. They know every road, every mountain trail, every neighbor. Leaving would feel like leaving part of themselves behind. Agriculture continues supporting many rural communities. Rice farming remains one of the most recognizable aspects of the Japanese countryside. For centuries, rice fields have shaped the landscape. Terraced paddies climb hillsides. Small farms occupy narrow valleys. The work is demanding. The profits are often modest. Yet many farmers continue because farming is more than a business. It is a tradition, a responsibility passed from one generation to the next. The challenge is that fewer young people want to continue that tradition. Modern careers often appear more attractive. Office jobs offer higher incomes. Cities offer greater convenience. As older farmers retire, some fields are abandoned. Gradually, nature begins reclaiming the land. This process can be seen across many rural regions. Fields that once produced food now sit empty. Forests slowly expand. The landscape changes. Fishing communities face similar challenges. Japan's coastline is lined with villages that once depended heavily on the sea. Fishing remains important. But changing economies and declining populations have made life increasingly difficult. Many fishing ports now handle fewer boats than they did decades ago. Some communities worry about preserving knowledge that has been passed down for generations. The same concern applies to traditional crafts. Throughout rural Japan, artisans continue practicing skills learned from parents and grandparents. Pottery, woodworking, textile production, papermaking, traditional foods. These crafts connect modern Japan to its past. But many artisans struggle to find apprentices. Without younger generations willing to learn, some traditions risk disappearing. Yet not everything is in decline. One of the most remarkable aspects of rural Japan is how fiercely communities work to preserve local culture. Across the country, festivals continue bringing people together. Some have been celebrated for hundreds of years. Colorful floats move through village streets. Traditional music fills the air. Residents wear historic clothing. Entire communities participate. These festivals are not performed for tourists. They exist because local people care deeply about preserving their heritage. For many villages, these celebrations are among the most important events of the year. They provide continuity. They remind people of who they are. And they strengthen bonds between generations. In some places, former residents even return from cities specifically to attend annual festivals. The event becomes a reunion, a chance to reconnect with home. Schools play a special role in village life, or at least they once did. Many rural schools now operate with only a fraction of their former student numbers. Classrooms that once held 30 children may now contain 5. Some schools have merged with neighboring communities. Others have closed entirely. When a school closes, it affects more than education. The community loses a gathering place. Families become less likely to settle there. The village loses another piece of its future. Despite these challenges, rural Japan possesses something increasingly rare: space, silence, connection. Many people living in major cities dream of escaping crowded trains, expensive apartments, and constant pressure. For them, rural life offers an appealing alternative: fresh air, beautiful scenery, strong communities, a slower pace of life. This appeal has inspired a small but growing movement. Some people are moving back, not in huge numbers, but enough to create hope. Young families, remote workers, entrepreneurs, artists, people searching for something different. They arrive looking for opportunities that cities cannot provide. And in some villages, they are helping write a new chapter. The question facing many communities is simple: can rural Japan survive? No one knows the answer, but efforts are underway across the country. Local governments have launched ambitious programs designed to attract new residents. Some offer financial incentives. Others provide assistance with housing. A growing number maintain databases of empty homes available for purchase. The famous Akiya programs have attracted international attention. In some cases, abandoned homes can be purchased for surprisingly low prices. The goal is not simply to sell property. It is to bring life back to struggling communities. Some villages actively recruit families. Others target entrepreneurs. A few have successfully attracted foreign residents seeking a quieter lifestyle. The results vary. Some initiatives struggle. Others achieve surprising success. Technology may also play an important role. Remote work has changed how many people think about location. For generations, living in a major city was often necessary for career opportunities. Today, that is no longer always true. Some professionals can work from almost anywhere with a reliable internet connection. This shift creates possibilities that barely existed a decade ago. A person can live in a mountain village while working for a company based in Tokyo. The idea would have seemed unrealistic in the past. Now, it is increasingly common. Tourism has become another source of hope. Many rural regions possess extraordinary natural beauty. Historic towns, mountain landscapes, ancient temples, traditional architecture. Visitors seeking authentic experiences often find these communities appealing. Some villages have embraced tourism while carefully preserving local character. The challenge is finding balance. Residents want economic opportunities, but they also want to protect the qualities that make their communities unique. For younger generations, the decision to stay or leave remains complicated. Cities offer opportunity, higher salaries, entertainment, education, convenience. Yet rural areas offer something different: a stronger connection to nature, closer relationships, lower stress, a greater sense of belonging. Neither choice is inherently right or wrong. Each comes with trade-offs. And so the future of rural Japan will likely depend on whether enough people continue seeing value in village life. Perhaps the most important lesson from these communities is that population numbers alone do not tell the whole story. A village may be shrinking, but that does not mean it lacks meaning. The people who remain continue caring for traditions, maintaining festivals, protecting landscapes, preserving knowledge. They act as guardians of a way of life that helped shape Japan for centuries. As evening falls across the countryside, lights begin appearing in windows scattered across narrow valleys. Mountains fade into shadow. The sounds of insects fill the air during summer. Snow settles quietly across rooftops during winter. Life continues, slower than before, quieter than before, but still alive. This is the side of Japan that many visitors never see. A Japan beyond the skyscrapers, beyond the neon lights, beyond the crowded stations. A Japan of mountain villages, aging communities, enduring traditions, and remarkable resilience. Some of these places may eventually disappear. Others may reinvent themselves. But together they tell one of the most fascinating stories in modern Japan. The story of communities determined to survive. The story of people who chose to stay. And the story of a country trying to preserve its past while building its future.